back to PÖFF TV. I'm Anete and we're right in the heart of the Black Nights Film Festival. Today with me we have a fantastic guest joining us, the brilliant director behind the film My Partners, Eva Kübar. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm very happy to be here in PÖFF TV studio.
Oh, is it your first time joining PÖFF? No.
As a director, yes, but I have been several times here as a journalist, and also I have been working for PÖFF with some small things.
Yeah, so it's a familiar space for you. Well, I wanted to ask what inspired you to explore the theme of personal relationship in My Partners, and how did you decide on specific dynamics to focus on? Because the film is heavily based on partnerships.
Okay. So where I got the idea to make a film about polyamory was that it's a little bit personal topic for me as well. I mean, 10 years ago, I was very closely related to Estonian free dance and tantra and all these kind of new age things. So I was closely related to that community. And also, I have some experiences with this kind of relationships, as are shown in my film. And then we got the idea with my good friend, producer Andres Maimik, that we should somehow depict this community in film, but we didn't know how, because it's a lot of topics. And then I started to meet people and to make interviews, and then somehow it came out that polyamory, the ethical non-monogamy, as they call it, that I started the film 6 years ago. So then it was just raising up its head in Estonia. It wasn't so common. And then as one character says in my film, it's a new culture of love. So this new culture of love, where you have so much love that you can share it. It's not you have more love than you can give to one person, and you can then share it to many more persons. It was very appealing to me, and I really wanted to know how does it affect a person, and how does it affect the psychology? Because what I noticed is that usually when we have a partnership, two people, then there is one who decides that let's go for polyamory, and then the other one usually just follows. So how it feels to be this follower. This was one of my questions.
Well, you said that it was from personal experience and personal events. Was there a specific event that prompted the inspiration to make this film?
No, not a specific one. Just I felt that at least in this community there is a kind of pressure that when you still stick to this old culture of love and being only in dual partnership, then you're not developed enough. Or there is new culture of love, and we are a little bit better, and then we go with this new culture. And it was very interesting for me as a filmmaker, and then I wanted to investigate it more deeply.
Okay. So you went to investigate the life of polyamorous relationship. Okay, that's really interesting. Well, can you talk about the process of selecting those people in the film? And how did you gain trust to talk with them? Well, to start with, then I met actually many more people than really?
Ended up in the film. Because not everyone wanted to be in this, wanted to be filmed in this kind of intimate topic. So I had some interviews with people only for the background, and some couples we filmed, but then from this material we didn't get a very good storyline, or there was not so much drama maybe. Because with this kind of topic, it's always that you can't film like every lover.
Yes,
there are
of
some
course,
people
yeah.
who said no, who are saying no, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did I choose? Was the ones who were really living it and who wanted to be filmed and who opened up like more easily in front of the camera.
Was it overall really hard to build trust with them?
Yeah, it's building the trust. Actually, I found out that there is only one rule. It's quite simple. If you want to build trust, then also you have to open up yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, which meant that, of course, before filming, I visited them like at least one time, some people like 2-3 times before we even started with the camera. So I also shared experiences from my personal life and the events what have happened there, and also actually the cinematographer had to share about his life, because we are there standing basically in other people's bedrooms, so they also want to know like who are these guys here, what are their experiences, and they want to know what is this film team thinking about the polyamory, because these people are a little bit afraid to be like judged, like maybe we are the ones who are like against polyamory.
Yes.
We want to dig out some I don't know, like drama or something which is not like good for the people, or not to show them in a very good light. I felt that they are a little bit afraid, but we we opened up and by ourselves as a filmmakers as well, and it was really very in the end I built up really very good and deep friendships. For example, one character is here for the film in the festival, and also with her
It's really nice.
we went for a hike yesterday, and it was really nice. So we are like, with some characters we are really friends.
Was it can you tell me, if you remember, of course, tell me the number of couples or people that you talked with about the polyamorous relationships?
I think the people, like because there are always like more people, it can be around like 12 maybe, or like 14. 12, 14, something like that. Some of them I also filmed, but usually when you talk, then at least there are 3 people, like there should be 3 people. Then we talk later.
Yes, of course. Well, the topic is really interesting, and it's not often talked about. What was the biggest challenge that you faced when you were making this film?
The biggest challenge definitely was that my aim was to make an observative documentary, observational documentary, so which meant that I really wanted to be there with my camera when the action is really happening. Like at first I thought I don't want to make any interviews, but then of course there are no like face-to-face interviews, but there is voiceover used here now in the film. So finally I did many interviews, but at the same time also there is a lot of action which is really happening at the place, or we are really filming like dramatical moments when it's really happening, not that later somebody is talking, yesterday I had this event in my life. So this was really challenging. We had to organize, like, for example, there was a couple who was going to tell about the polyamory to their parents, and then we really had to like schedule it when it's really happening, and that everyone agrees to be filmed, and that we are there with the camera then in the right moment. And these things that to be there really when the things are really happening was the biggest challenge.
Was it interesting to hear the parents' reaction to the polyamorous?
I'm not going to tell it here. You will see it from the film, but of course
maybe you can describe it in one word.
What a question, in one word.
Just a little insight, you know.
I'm just thinking. Strong. Yeah.
Strong. Okay.
Yes.
That's Okay. Well, you said it's the topic that is not often talked about, and it's quite often frowned upon. You know, people don't really agree with the relationships. But what message or emotional response are you hoping to evoke in audience who watch My Partners?
I'm really hoping to evoke the message that it's possible. It's possible to live in a polyamory, and we can call it new culture of love or not, but it's possible. It's interesting and opens a lot of new doors. And definitely, what is the most important thing, I guess, is that it gives you an option to develop as a person, like to manage with your ego things and manage with your jealousy, and let's see, to be more open in like every sense. So I think it's good. But at the same time, of course, it's not for everyone. And when you want to be in a like traditional partnership, it's not like old culture, and you're not like less developed than the polyamorists. Just it's their choice, and yeah. I hope the film opens up polyamory a little bit, the topic, and people can get idea like how could it feel to be in this kind of relationship. And I really don't want to judge, and I'm sure the film is not giving like any guidelines or any like very strong like options, do this or do not do this. So yeah, I think it gives the idea about polyamory, and then everyone can decide by themselves.
Well, basically, it's an educational documentary, so people can learn about that polyamorous as well, right?
Yeah, we can call it like some of my friends who are working as a teachers have said that we are planning a class excursion to the screening, and I'm not sure, are they like making a joke? Is it like a little sarcastic joke, or are they really coming?
Are really coming, yes.
But yeah, I mean, we can call it like that. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Well, you said that you wanted to learn and hear about stuff from people who actually are in polyamorous relationships. Well, what was the most surprising or most rewarding information or discovery that you got?
Maybe there was a couple where like the one part was actually at first when one part said that now let's go for polyamory, then the other partner like thought that it's a shock, and it was shock for her, and she thought that now this relationship is over. But then she decided, okay, I try polyamory. And then actually the things turned that then the one who was the initiator didn't want to be in a polyamorous relationship, and the one who was just a follower then like re-decided that okay, actually it's quite interesting to have all this like different partners. Why not? Like I haven't thought about this before. So things can change and people can change, and I have also seen that there is a person who is really going for polyamory and says that it's his or her thing, and sometimes they find this really like a right partner, and or some I can't say right because then it's it's like no, not neutral word,
yes.
but they find somebody with whom they want to be together like in a monogamous relationship, but then maybe it ends and then they want something else again. So this was like maybe biggest investigation for me, or like biggest surprise, that really inside the polyamory also people can change a lot.
Well, I wanted to ask also, was it your first documentary?
It wasn't my first documentary, but it was my first like feature-length documentary.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I have made short documentaries.
Well, during the set, what was the set atmosphere like when you were interviewing those people?
When we were filming?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It was quite intimate. And we really tried to be with the cinematographer as the flies on the wall, and not to not to ask too many questions, or we wanted to stay in the background. So I guess intimate is the most right word to describe it.
Okay. Well, what are your future plans as a filmmaker? Let's go a bit personal.
Right now, I'm actually I have one short documentary in production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's called Sound Shifter in English, and it's about the first Estonian Foley artist who is a woman, and it's also about the sound and about her and about finding her way in life, let's say like that. So I think I am deeply interested in people. I'm interested in like personal psychology, and definitely I make more observational documentaries. It's very hard actually to do them, because you have to film a lot, and you have to be in a right place at the right time, and it takes a lot of time and a lot of energy. It's much easier to make something with interviews, for example, then you know how to plan your time a little bit better. But still, I like this magic which happens in front of the camera, and when I'm there, and with what is actually the most like the happiest moment for me is when I'm thinking like, okay, now I'm going to this like shooting, and it's gonna be an interview about the thing which already has happened. So it's actually it's just we talk blah blah blah, and there is nothing interesting. And then actually when we are there and we set up the cameras and I'm going to ask questions, then sometimes the film magic like steps in, and there can be something which is really like fascinating and really surprising, or even in this simple interview, sometimes people they open up so beautifully that I'm just surprised and astonished.
To do those observational documentaries, you have to be, I guess, really open-minded person. Do you have any suggestions for people to be more open-minded, or not to think of anything so critically? Because us Estonians, we don't really talk about our feelings, and we really maybe in ourselves, and we don't want to express anything. Do you have any suggestions for people?
Suggestions to open up, or just
yes, just to open up, or the way of thinking of life, or etc.
I think the most important is not to judge on people. This is definitely the most important one, because people are so different and lives are so different, and maybe before judging you like try to understand why is this person making these things in a certain way.
Just be just put yourself in their shoes,
Yes.
and be considerate, I guess.
This is also good.
We're like too quick to judge, and too quick to say something even though we don't know anything about it, right?
Yes. And I have the same, like I also sometimes I judge, but then I'm okay, Eva, make a step back and try to understand, like before judging, try to ask questions, for example, why, and really like go with open mind and ask some questions. Asking questions is also very important, I think, from other people and also from yourself as well.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the time is already running out, but I have one last question. During the process of making the film, do you have anything that you want to change or add?
Oh, well, it's also a quite hard question. What to add? There were like some people maybe whom I filmed, but then like we didn't have the right like drama arc in the end or something. Then yeah, maybe there are some things that in communication, like maybe which I when I did the film again, then I would do like in different way. But it's actually about the same like opening up and not judging the last thing that we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, very interesting. I'm really intrigued by the film. I've never been even like thinking about polyamorous relationship because it's the topic that nobody talks about. In my opinion, it's really interesting, and props to you to making it to PÖFF and spreading the message. And I think it's really, really thoughtful of you. And I hope you're gonna enjoy yourself at PÖFF here in Tallinn. And I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much,
Thank
and
you so
thank you
much.
for the interview.